February to order. I would ask that if everyone would silence their phones so as it will not disturb our meeting. And we're going to have a moment of silence, after which we will ask Ms. Helen Hughes to lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance. A moment of silence, please. Thank you. Please stand. This is always a great time when we have visitors with us, and we have several schools with us today, and we're going to ask first of all that Lake Joy Primary Principal, Dr. April Green, if you will introduce your guest to us today.
Well, thank you so much, and we're glad you came to our school last night to visit with us. I have 4 special people with me. First of all, I have our teacher of the year. This is Stephanie Smith. She has been with us since 2006. She came and she has taught kindergarten and 2nd grade. She served EIP students, ESOL students. She has been a math cadre person for us. She has been a chairman for our luau and organized parts of our fundraisers, and she's a leader at our school, and so her colleagues selected her as our teacher of the year, and so we're very proud of that. Next, I have Ms. Nadine Davis with us. She is our very special counselor. She came to us in 2010 from Lindsay Elementary. We spelled her way, and she has since then achieved her specialist degree. She works with our administrative team. She does a lot of counseling and helping small children adjust to school. She also is in charge of our thoughtfulness. She works with our chorus and band with our music teacher at school, because we have small children, her in both of those. She also is very, very involved in our Relay for Life team as a co-chair, because since being at our school, she had breast cancer and she was a survivor, and so she is a very integral part of our Relay for Life and is very motivational. And she gives us counseling on a daily basis if we need that too, to keep us all kept up and motivated. And then my next 2 special guests are both seniors at our school. They are in the 2nd grade. And so John Warren is with us. He has been with us for kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade. He is in the Lego Club and in band. His favorite teacher is his current teacher, Miss Singleton. He loves PE. He is going to be in the Cantrell race. He wants to be in that. He wants to be a mechanical engineer. And he has been to both the principal and high five parties, which are behavior parties, for being outstanding as a leader in the classroom. And so we're excited to have him here with us today. We have Abby Kate Cox with us. She is also a 2nd grader. She's been with us for 2 years. She loves Miss Gonizer, her 1st grade teacher. She loves math. She's active at her church where her dad is the pastor. She wants to be a veterinarian. She is the oldest of 5 children, and the youngest is 2 months old. And she has also been a role model, not only in her family, but at school, at both the principal parties and the high five parties for excellent behavior. So she is one of our outstanding students.
Northside Elementary Principal, Mr. David Sands.
Greetings from Northside Elementary. Everything is great to talk to you. This past weekend, we won our 3rd consecutive Science Olympiad tournament. We had a total of 8 schools participating. Over 100 kids gave up the day for give up a Saturday to have some fun with science. But he was at Mr. Ross and his daughter, who's a student at our school. But Charlie's a current teacher at our school. This is his 17th year at Northside Elementary. He's our EIP math teacher, but has taught 4th and 5th grade as well. He's an excellent math teacher. He works with most of our at-risk students. Mr. Ross has 2 children. Haley, who's in the 3rd grade, and Johnson, who's in the 8th grade at Mossy Creek. Both of his kids are in the gifted program. Haley enjoys gymnastics and is currently on our Science Olympiad team. where she competes in 2 events, the straw egg drop and the deep blue sea. And Charlie's wife Jessica is currently our PTO president, so the Ross family is all in. All right, we have Stacy Brown and her daughter Madison. Stacy's been teaching, although she's from Gwinnett County, her heart belongs to Houston County. She's been with us for 21 years. She currently teaches 4th grade math and science, and last year she was selected as the Governor's Teacher Advisory Committee. And through that commitment, she was selected to record a public service announcement for promoting teaching as a profession, which is scheduled to be released by the Governor next month. This year, she received the Museum of Aviation STEM Teacher of the Year. She has served on many committees at Northside, like the Better Seeking Team, School Council, Spelling Bee Coordinator. But the title she is most proud is the Science and Media Head Coach. Ms. Brown also has 2 children. Catherine is in 9th grade at Northside High School, and Madison is in 3rd grade at our school. She's also in the gifted program. She's involved in dance, gymnastics, Girl Scouts, and she is our school student council secretary and a member of our Science and Olympiad team. And Madison competes in mystery architecture, and no bones about it, where she just won 1st place this weekend. And she's artistically inclined and likes to paint with acrylics, and she is not playing Minecraft. Go Falcons!
Next, we have from Russell Elementary Principal, Ms. Jo Hall. Will you introduce your guest, please?
I sure will. First, I want to thank you all for having us here, and thank you for your support of me and the school over the years since I am retiring after this year. I just want to thank you all for all you've done for the Houston County school system. All right, we're going to start with you, Risa. If you'll stand up. This is one of my super students, a 5th grader, Risa Lopez Escobar. Her parents are Maria and Noe. She's been at Russell for 6 years. She started in kindergarten and she's in our ESOL program. When she came to kindergarten, she could speak some English, but she needed a lot of support. You know, we have a strong ESOL program at Russell. And so through the years, she's been with us. And now she's actually out of that program. She's monitored. And her teacher was telling me they had a big assessment the other day, and she scored one of the highest scores on the written assessment. So that speaks a lot for the program that the county has for them to support the ESOL students. She loves science. It's her favorite subject. She likes to do the experiments. She's on our school safety patrol, so they stand out and they patrol the halls and make sure they don't let anyone in that doesn't have a badge on, you know, in the mornings when, you know, people try to creep in those side doors. Our safety patrol keeps that from happening. And she loves, the best thing she loves about Russell are the teachers, because she said they're nice to her and she has a lot of friends and she loves her friends too. She wants to be a veterinarian when she grows up, and she's happy to be here today. So that's Risa. All right, Risa. And that's Isaiah Canyon, and he is also a super 5th grader at Russell. His parents are Angela and Tracius Canyon. He's been at Russell six years too. He started in kindergarten as well, and he's in our GTE program in 5th grade, so he loves that class. And it's interesting, I asked them both what their favorite subjects were. They both said science, and they both said because they got to do a lot of experiments, so you can tell the hands-on, they love the hands-on stuff. And he also, his favorite thing about the school is the teachers as well. I don't know if they were just telling me that because it sounds good, but they didn't say the principal was their favorite thing. They love the teachers. He said the teachers, you can tell the teachers at Russell care about the kids. He's in our drama club, and he's on our student council. And he, when he's outside of school, he plays Warner Robins American Little League, and he plays basketball, and he's on a football team, so he does sports all season, so you'll probably be seeing more of him as he grows up through the school system. He wants to be a video game designer when he grows up, so we'll see. You know, he's very, very strong in that, so I can see that happen. But this is Isaiah. We have Mr. Brad Burris. He's a graduate of the Houston County school system. I won't say what year, but it's in like the 70s. I was 8 when he graduated. 74. I told him I was 8 when he graduated. But he has taught Spanish, he's taught Latin, and now he's a counselor for us at Russell. And I appreciate Mr. Burr so much. He's a very soft-spoken, but he's steady. He's steady. You can depend on him. He has really also helped with our population, our ESOL parents, because he is bilingual. He speaks Spanish fluently, and so a lot of times he'll come. You know, his job is counseling, but we're always pulling him things like that. He supports us in so many ways. So we appreciate him. He also runs our after-school program. So that's a big deal too, to have someone that you can depend on to run your after-school program. So we appreciate letting him do it. Anything I ask, he'll do for me. So we appreciate him and the kids love him. Thank you, Mr. Burris. And this is our teacher of the year, Miss Marley Mills, and she has an interesting story because she was also a student at Russell. She went to K-5. She had Mr. Payne was at Russell when Marley was a student. Miss Hall, I started at Russell when she was in the 5th grade, and now she's working for me. Isn't that cool? And also she had Miss Powell, is Rose Powell in here? Rose Powell was one of her teachers. So she's a great product of the Houston County school system as well. She sponsors our Patriot Pizzazz dance team. She teaches 3rd grade. She's also taught pre-K for us. But she is such an asset to our school, and she's a true leader. She'll probably stand where I am one day because she is that kind of person. And like I said, she loves to teach reading, and she does whatever I need her to do. She's on a lot of committees at school, so we appreciate her as well.
And next we have Bonnie Middle, Principal, is Cindy Renner.
Good afternoon, everyone from Jaguar Country. The first 2 people I would like to introduce are my 2 outstanding counselors. I have Dr. Rhonda McDuffie and Ms. Melissa Burke. And if a principal can say they're blessed to have counselors, then I am truly blessed because these 2 take care of business every single day. They are the first people our new students see. They take them around the school. They do individual counseling, group counseling. And I know, because I'm a former counselor, so being able to rely on them, they're going to take care of our students. And we've had, as the society is changing, you all know, there's different kinds of issues that now come into the school that we didn't have to deal with 10 years ago. And these 2 take those kids into their office and show them the way to be successful, not just in middle school, but on through high school and on through college, but what makes them the most outstanding is their hearts. And it's their hearts, and they're the heart of our school. They're both on my better seeking team. They provide very valuable input, both classroom teachers, special education teacher who work with autistic children. And so when we have those students in our school now, Melissa taught them. So she knows what to look for and what they need. And Dr. McDuffie taught at the high school level and was a cheerleading coach. So she can bring all that experience into. So I thought there's never wrong with cheerleaders or anything like that. She's able to handle all of that. So I'm truly, truly blessed and so honored to have them here with me today. I have 2 outstanding 8th grade students. First one is Miss Rebecca Penny. And most of you hopefully can recognize Miss Rebecca. She was here about 2.5 weeks ago. She is the county spelling bee champion. Has won at the school all 3 years, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. She was last year's county champion and repeated again this year. And placed 8th in the state, won the region. So we are looking forward for her to do great things again. She has also been the Principal's Award winner in 6th and 7th grade. If I check the grades today, I'm sure she's ahead right now. And the Principal's Award is the student in each grade that has the highest academic average. She's also a member of our soccer team that finished 2nd in the county, and she's currently playing as 8th grader on Veterans JV soccer team this year. This is Rebecca King. Mr. Luke Elliott. And Luke is so humble. He asked, well, why did I get selected? Why did you bring me? He goes, I guess I'm just a good guy. And he is a great guy. His teachers nominated him because he comes to school and does it right every single day. He's an outstanding student. He is a member of our undefeated boys soccer team that won the county championship, and he is also playing at Veterans as 8th grader on their JV team this year. And mothers, this is who you want your child to date. That's what all the teachers say about him. That this is the young man you want to come over to your house because he is just kind and thoughtful, always going to help other students, and just
special group of students with us today from the Houston County Career Academy, teaching as a profession student. The Houston County Career Academy offers unique programs for students to include one for those who aspire to teach. Teacher Cindy O'Mara and her students in the Teaching as a Profession class are visiting today to learn more about how the Board of Education operates. We'd like to welcome you to our meeting today and the central office. Please stand and be recognized, all of you. As I was sharing with these students when they came in earlier today, and Mr. McLaughlin was showing them around, the impression that a teacher leaves on a child will last forever. And as I shared with them, the positive impressions that my first grade teacher, Ms. Harville, left on me, I'll never forget her, and I'll never forget all the things that she taught me. So, young people, we welcome you into the teaching profession, and we know that you'll be great teachers. We just want you to come back to Houston County and teach. Thank you all very much. More special guests we have with us, and again, this is always a great time. We have visiting with us the Veterans High School FFA state champions. Veterans High School FFA junior and senior meet teams both won the state championship and advanced to the national competition. Our students won the junior and senior division of Georgia FFA's state meets evaluation and technology career development event, as well as 5 individual awards. Would advisor Mr. Jeff Wilson and his students please come forward. Mr. Wilson, if you would please introduce your students and tell us about the competition.
Okay, we'll start with the junior team, and first I'll tell you what they did. They won area competition, first 2 places in the area go to state. Winning the state competition, they had to identify 20 cuts of beef, pork, and lamb, and the possibility of 89. They had to place 5 carcass classes, whether it be beef or pork or lamb, and then they had a 20-question meat science exam. I was very, very proud of them. Being a junior team, meaning they're either 6th, 7th, 8th, or 9th grade. This 9th grade team was together for 4 months, and much of our competition at state competition, those teams have been together for 2 or 3 years. I didn't know they could do it until the very day before the competition when I gave them a practice, and they did very well. Those members are Miss Maddie Green, Paige Strauss, and your state high individual Cassidy Horton. Senior team's a little bit different. They have to do a few more things. They have to yield and quality grade, which is what a USDA meat inspector does. 5 carcasses, which is difficult enough, but they have to do it in 10 minutes. They still have to identify, but it's a bigger list, it's 174 different cuts of beef, pork, and lamb. And then they have to do a mathematical problem solving, much like a butcher would do. This team's been together since they've been in 9th grade. Their 9th grade year, they got 3rd in state. Sophomore year, they got 2nd in state. This year, as juniors, they're state champions, and they will compete in Indianapolis in October at the national competition. Team members are Miss Madison Ratz, Allie Horton, and state high individual Thomas Maddox. And before I get done, I'd just like to thank Mr. Chris Brown and Ms. Sherry Johnson, because without them, we couldn't get everything that we do done.
Service Achievement Management Excellence Award ceremony in January 22nd. She was presented this award during the School Nutrition Industry Conference held in Orlando. Ms. Potter, would you please come forward and join us? Mrs. Potter was chosen for this honor because of her passion for nutrition and desire to help others. She is a servant leader with a gift of utilizing the talents of others to ensure that our students receive delicious, nutritious meals that prepare them for learning at their optimum level. In addition, she and her team wins many awards to include 6 USDA Best Practice Awards under her leadership. Ms. Potter, we are very proud of you and congratulations. Many of the board people know that I love preparing food and serving food. And I want to say to you that if I was going to start another career, I would want to be on your team. Thank you. All right, Thompson Middle School teacher Tara McMillan has been named to the Air Force Association Georgia State Teacher of the Year. Ms. McMillan was nominated for the state after winning the local AFA award in May. Ms. McMillan, would you please come forward? Ms. McMillan has won the AFA STEM Teacher of the Year. We're very thankful for your service and appreciate your passion for STEM education. We're pleased to present you with the award on behalf of the Georgia AFA and certificate from our board. Congratulations. And now, the winners of winners. Our Houston County Sharks team have won many state championships. Most recently, our Sharks successfully defended their handball state title and brought home their 18th championship in 9 school years. Human Spirit Award and were named the High School Team of the Year for the 3rd year. This award pays tribute to those who demonstrate qualities beyond athletic, such as leadership and positive attitude. It is our great pleasure to honor our Sharks today. Ms. Krista Jones serves as the area coordinator of our adaptive sports program. Other coaches of our championship teams are adaptive PE specialist Dr. Brenda Arnett, Mr. Stephen Robinson, and community coaches Ryan Brown, Ben Masters, and David Preston. We appreciate you guys because you are champions of champions. And may God continue to bless you all. All right, glad to have you here. All right.
We also want
Go ahead.
to recognize Miss Denise and Miss Renee who make our job a whole lot easier. They go to every game.
the agenda and the consent agenda. Board members, are there any other comments on these items? If not, we will now ask the Calvin Hughes to give us a motion on to adopt the agenda.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to adopt the agenda as presented.
Second. It has been motioned and seconded that we adopt the agenda as presented. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. The minutes from the previous meeting, Ms. Hughes.
Yes, I also would like to make a motion to approve the minutes as presented last evening.
Second. It has been motioned and seconded that we approve the minutes from the previous meeting. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Board member comments. We're going to start with Brian, if you would, please.
All right, good afternoon, and as always, it's a joy to see the teachers and all the students and everybody who's at the meeting and all the achievements that you have done. It's just a joy to see. It makes our job, as I said before, not so mundane at this side. I'll take a minute just to focus on the teaching as a profession group. We appreciate you guys being here for the serious decisions that you have ahead of you. And as Fred said, our chairman earlier, teachers are going to leave an impression, a lasting impression. So we got to hopefully make the right impression on our kids. And as I look around and see so many kids out there that have grown up right before my very eyes, 6 and 7 years past, so we don't have a lot of time like we think sometimes to make impressions. So I'm just thankful for this group, for this school system, for the teachers, everybody involved that do so much to try to get that impression right. Probably a word of the system. Thanks.
Yes, first of all, I'd like to say thank you to Dr. Green and your staff for hosting us last night. We appreciate the good meal and the gift. I appreciate what you do every day. I have a grandson who is a student there, and I appreciate what you do, and I want to say that. We'd like to also say thank you for all those guests who are here. Students, all the way through our administrators, you are the reason, or the evidence that we have a great school system. I'm thankful for what you do every day. I'm also thankful for that we have the kind of support in our community that we do with city governments, county government, our legislators. We are indeed fortunate.
Certainly. I'd also like to extend thanks to Ms. Green and her staff. It was very hospitable, and they made a wonderful meal, and just felt right at home. It was very warm and comfortable to be there. As always, all the schools do a great job of hosting us. And I appreciate all the schools being here. We'll say something to Ms. Joe. I've known her 20 or so years. We're going to miss you, and you've done a great job, and thank you. And I didn't want to call you out, but might as well. You've done it to me, so we appreciate your service. You've been with the county a long time, and it's going to be sad to see you go. But like you said, you're raising up people to replace you, and that's what we're here to do, is raise the next generation. Last but not least, I want to take as most of you that know me, wrestling is very important. It's been one of my favorite sports for years. We just had a state wrestling tournament last weekend, and I want to try to recognize the wrestlers. I can't remember this many wrestlers from this county placing in the top 6. We had Deshaun Farber from Northside, which is 6A, 132 pounds, took first. To my knowledge, he's the first freshman we've ever had from Houston County to win a state championship. Julian Farber at 105 from Veterans, which is 5A. Michael Moore from Veterans, 132 pounds. Julian Farber took second. Michael Moore took 5th, both from Veterans. Jacob Pierce at 160 took 5th. Corey Walker from Veterans at 182 took 4th. Reed Benson from Houston County at 138 took 2nd. And Paul Whitehead from Perry placed 6th in the heavyweight division. I just think that's just a huge accolade to our county to show that we're competitive in all sports. I mean, no matter whether they're popular or not popular, The generation we're raising is competitive, but they're also sportsmanlike or sportswomanlike, and that says a lot. When you go somewhere to be a proud of a county, part of a county that represents us well competitively. Because it's easy to get out there and get hyped up and show out and leave a bad reputation, but these people in all our sports, I've just been proud to know that we carry ourselves in a good way. And, you know, it's an honor to be here again today. Thank you all for allowing us to do what we do. Lord?
Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day. I forgot it was Valentine's Day till I got to work, but now I'm going to capitalize on that. I'm not going to forget that. It's been kind of a low-key month, but I've had the pleasure of attending a play, a pageant, and I had lunch at Lakewood Elementary today. And I just have to say, Meredith, if I hear Asian glazed chicken one more time, I'm not a gourmet cook, and I'm like, seriously, I'm so thankful for our lunchroom, that my child gets exposed to lots of different things. So thank you for that, and congratulations, and thank you for everything you do. And again, a shout out to our visiting students who want to be teachers one day. Thank you. Please keep working hard towards that. It is a lot of hard work. It's not easy, but it is certainly worth it. So, and thank you for visiting with us today. Dr. Green, thank you to you and your school. It was great to be back to visit last night. It felt like home. And shout out to Miss Smith. She was the best kindergarten teacher because she taught my son, bless her heart. So she was awesome. But and just glad to be here. Thank you.
Welcome and happy Valentine's Day for me also, to our honored guests. Well, of course, we're very proud of each and every one of you, and it's a pleasure, our honor to hear about all of your various achievements each and every month. I remember Ms. Mills also, but I remember her as a swimmer. She was a few years younger than my children, but she was on the swim. And she worked very hard, and she was a great swimmer too, so lots of good stories about Ms. Mills today. But I remember as Marley Hudson. So, also special thanks to Ms. Green, her staff last evening. We certainly enjoyed our evening at Lakeville Primary. Towson County Sharks, you always are amazing. You always amaze me with your hard work and your skills and just your smiles on your faces and just your great effort. I'm just very proud of each and every one of you. And of course, Ms. Potter. Ms. Potter doesn't like to be brought out in the limelight, but the secret's out. She's now being recognized on the national level. So all of us already knew about your dedication to meeting the nutritional needs of our students in our school system with lots of innovative ways, but you're receiving well-deserved recognition on the national level. So we're very proud of you.
Thank you. Last month, the end of January, first day of February, I had an opportunity to attend the National School Board Association Advocacy Institute in Washington, D.C. It was great weather and everything, so we didn't have any difficulty. But just to share with you a few of the thoughts and a few of the things we discussed and things that I learned there. For the first general session that we attended, there was a great push and support for public education. The speakers there spoke on about how it's needed throughout every community, throughout the United States to support public education. And as a result, I brought some badges back and for each one of the board members that I support public education for us to wear, and also one for the superintendent. So public education is around, that is, from the standpoint of the support board, is there. The other general session that we were a part of was where our Georgia School Board Association executive director, Ms. Valerie Wilson attended, and she spoke very proudly of the public education in the state of Georgia, and she spoke and shared with them how that the OSD, the Opportunity School District, had been defeated by 60% vote. So that she is very supportive of public education and during that general session. And then there was another session that we had there where it talked about building and sustaining relationships with our elected officials. And of course, two of the points that were made was to be innovative, and that is we are to invite already invited them, and of course, we'll invite them again. And then to reach out on a regular basis, not just when there's an issue that's at hand, but on a continuous basis, supporting public education. And then we met, there is Georgia representatives from the school boards throughout the state of Georgia. We met with Senator Isaacson, Senator Perdue, and Congressman Scott. And for Houston County, I had an opportunity to present to them a pamphlet here of all the great things that are going on in Houston County. And of course, they are aware of that. And but we just wanted to make sure that they stayed up to date on the latest happenings here in Houston County. So public education is on the agenda and on the minds of everyone, and we keep pushing that and making sure that everyone is supporting public education. And I'm very proud to be a part of everything that you are and everyone here in Houston County. Thank you very much. Scott.
Yes. First of all, let me just start out by saying thank you to all the counselors that are here today, and certainly to you and your colleagues out in the system. We appreciate what you do. And the Counselors Week celebrated February 6th through the 10th, and this is just a little thing we like to do every year to get some of you out and in front of us so that we have an opportunity to personally say thank you. So we really do appreciate everything you do. The month of February is also Career Technical and Agricultural Education Month, and this week is National HCBOE Week. We appreciate all of our CPA teachers and the work that they do to help our students succeed. They spend a lot of their time working with their CPSOs, and some of our examples of our CPA programs are here today, and I know there's celebrations going on. I believe we have a dinner over at Veterans High School on Thursday afternoon. So we really do appreciate the hard work of those teachers that go the extra mile to serve the students in their programs. The Georgia Department of Education also has released the school climate star ratings, and again this year our schools did really well. Many of you may not know, but that metric is kind of different from other things that we're measured by, in the fact that it's not a set point, it's a moving target. And this past year, we had some schools that were 4 stars that went down to 3 stars, even though their score went up. And so we're continuing to work with the DOE to give them feedback. We just want to know what the bar is and be able to set that. We don't want schools that are, and a good example of that is in elementary schools, in order to just get 2 stars, you got to be above 80%. And so one of our schools that was 4 star fell to a 3 star, had a 91.8% on the rating. So although sometimes we don't feel like the ratings are fair, if there is a rating, we want to be at the top of it. So we're doing everything we can to improve and do what we can so that our students feel like that the schools are safe, and the teachers feel like they have all the resources they need, and parents feel like it's the kind of climate they will send their children to every day. So we work real hard on that, and I just want to commend our schools regardless of how those measures come out. We know that you're doing a great job. Also, Ms. Fellenby was mentioned earlier, and we do have our 2-time reigning champion here. I want to recognize her again, Rebecca Keeney. Also, Warner Robins middle student, Haley Strickland, was runner-up this year. And the next competition will be District 6 Spelling Bee at Fort Valley State, and that's on February the 27th. And we wish you well and know that you'll do a good job to represent Houston County. We also celebrated the opening of our industrial maintenance program this past week on February the 7th at the Career Academy. And Dr. Unruh mentioned the cooperation of the community, and this is just an extension of that cooperation. We had a local industry partner with Central Georgia Technical College and the school system to create the first ever industrial maintenance program in the state of Georgia. And it's really about workforce development, meeting the needs of our community, and really creating jobs and opportunities for students and adults in our community. And so we're real excited about that partnership as we go forward. The Career Academy has continued to expand its offerings there, and students are more often taking advantage of our Move Onward Ready, our dual enrollment. I would say we have record numbers of students attending college and getting college credit. I know that Teaching as a Profession is part of our program there at the Career Academy, and we're looking at adding additional programs as we move forward, and sometimes moving programs that are singletons in schools so that multiple schools can take advantage of that, since we already have transportation provided there. We also have the Perry Area Chamber of Commerce and the Warner Robins Chamber of Commerce that partner together each year to have a reception to honor our star students and teachers, and that will be next week, February the 22nd at 5:30. And we're doing that here in the auditorium at the board office, and so we're going to really enjoy having the room. We've had kind of been cramped on space the last couple of years, and so we'll be here for that event. We also have two great events coming up, the Market Day and our Day at the Museum. More than 1,000 students will participate in Market Day. It's a simulated global bazaar, and that will be on February 22nd and 23rd. And about 500 of our fourth grade gifted students will participate in Day at the Museum on February the 24th. Both events will take place at the Kerry Martin Center, and that's in the old mall there off Houston Road. And if you're able to stop by, you would certainly enjoy seeing and interacting with our students there for that event. Also, we mentioned all the great things that kids do in our system, both academically and athletically, and we were certainly blessed with our basketball teams this year. 5 out of our 5 high school girls basketball teams made the state playoffs. That's pretty awesome. 4 out of our 5 high schools made the boys state playoffs, and so I know there will be some local games here over the next couple of days. On Friday night, you've got I believe Warner Robins High School girls will be hosting at their place. Northside boys and girls will be hosting, and Veterans boys will be at home on Saturday, and Warner Robins boys will be at home on Saturday as well. Perry High School will be away for both of its games, and Houston County High School will be away for their girls' game as well. So if you get an opportunity to go out and support those students, please do. And in conclusion, this is a holiday weekend coming up. February 20th is a holiday, and February 21st is a holiday for students. So if you didn't know that, it's a great thing. We got a 4-day weekend. And so with the staff, remember you got to come to work on the 21st. I hope everybody enjoys the long weekend. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Just a few more items on our agenda. The next item will be our financial report.
Yes, I'd like to make a recommendation that we approve the financial report as presented by Summer.
It is the motion and second that we approve the financial report as presented on last evening. All in favor of the motion, please show your hand. Thank you. Thank you all. The next item on the agenda is the personnel report.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to accept the recommendations made last night for the teachers and administrators for their contracts for next year.
Second. It's the motion and second that we approve the contracts that has been submitted to us on the personnel report, and that is to include the personnel report for the month.
Yes.
Thank you. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. The next item, the two exceptions.
Yes, I would also like to make a motion to accept the contracts recommended last night for Courtney Torres and Tamara Martin.
It has been motion and second. Do we have a?
I need to recuse myself from that vote, please.
Okay. It's been motion and second, and we have 2 board members who will recuse themselves. All in favor of the motion, please say aye. 4-0. Thank you. Then we have some individual personnel recommendations. The individual first one is Ms. Hughes.
Yes, it's my honor to make a motion to approve the superintendent's recommendation of Dr. Catherine Gardner for the position of principal at Bonnier Elementary, a place that is near and dear to my heart.
Second.
It has been motion and second that we approve the superintendent's recommendation for Dr. Catherine Gardner for principal at Barnett Elementary School. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Next, vote.
Yes, I'd like to make a recommendation upon the superintendent's recommendation that we accept Mrs. Meredith Fletcher for the position of assistant principal for instruction at Tucker Elementary.
It's been motion and second that we approve the superintendent's recommendation to appoint Ms. Meredith Fletcher as assistant principal for instructions at Tucker Elementary. All in favor of the motion, please show your right hand. Thank you very much. The next item.
Yes, sir, I would like to make a motion to accept the recommendation for Ms. Amanda Milner for the position of assistant principal, split between Miller Elementary and Matt Arthur Elementary.
It has been motion and second that we approve the superintendent's recommendation to appoint Ms. Amanda Milner for the position of assistant principal, split between Miller Elementary and Matt Arthur Elementary. All in favor of the motion, please show your right hand. Thank you. And item number 4, Brian.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve as recommended Mrs. Kristen Smith for the position of Director of Employee Benefits and Human Resources Department.
Second.
It has been motion and second that we approve the superintendent's recommendation for Ms. Kristen Smith, the Director of Employee Benefits in the Human Resources Department. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's our personnel report. Under new business, we have Flint Underground, right?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve as presented an easement for Flint EMC to provide power to the transportation facility.
Second.
It has been motion and second that we approve the Flint Underground right-of-way easement. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. For architecture engineering services,
Yes, I'd like to make a recommendation that we approve WM2A Architects to design the renovation for Perry High School auditorium project. The cost will not exceed $800,000.
it has been motion and second that we approve WM2A. It has been motion and second that we approve WM2A Architecture and Engineering Services for Perry High School auditorium renovation. The cost for the services will not exceed $60,000, and the renovation at this time is not relevant at this particular time. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Rick, for the 2017 and 2022 SPOS project.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the contract with Parish Construction Group to serve as construction manager for the 2017 through 2022 SPOS projects.
It's been motion and second that we approve Parish Construction Group for the 2017-2022 SPOS project as a construction manager, and the approval is on the documents themselves, the formal documents themselves, with the terms included. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand.
I will choose to recuse.
Okay, we have two. Vote is 4-0. 4-0. Thank you. Ms. Hughes, on the buses.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to approve the purchase of 9 buses at the cost of $940,000 to be paid for by 2017 East Loss funds upon the receipt of the buses in the fall.
Second.
It has been motion and second that we approve the request for 9 school buses at a total cost of $940,000 from the 2017 East Bus. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. For surplus vehicles, thank you.
Yes, sir, I'd like to make a motion to approve the recommendation as presented last night to sell 12 vehicles through govdeals.com, and these vehicles will be surplus surplus and removed from the board's fixed asset inventory.
It has been motioned and seconded that we approve 12 buses to be made surplus and removed from our inventory. They will be sold on govdeal.com. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand.
Actually, they're not all buses.
I'm sorry, vehicles.
That's okay, yeah.
Vehicles, sorry, thank you, thank you. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. And we have one surplus bus to be declared.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the surplusing of bus. The financial impact will be $12,000 received from Alta Insurance.
Sorry. It has been motioned and seconded that one bus be declared surplus due to an accident on the other driver, and we will receive $12,000. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. And the last item for the new business is the FY18 certified positions.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve this presented 10 new certified positions for the 2017-18 school year. The financial impact of $659,531.
Second.
It has been motioned and seconded that we approve the 10 new certified positions for school year 2017-2018 at a cost of $659,531. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Those are all the items that we have on the agenda at this time. We do have one item that we want you to go into executive session to discuss, and personnel item. So we'll need a motion for executive session for personnel. Second. Motion and second that we go into executive session for one personnel item. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you very much. Thank you all very much for attending.